Since the dawn of time, the #1 underlying goal of Pokémon was to catch 'em all. Admittedly, in the original run of Pokémon Red and Green, or Red and Blue here in the West, there were only 151 Pokémon to catch, and really one of them you couldn't normally get and didn't even count towards Pokédex completion. Nowadays, there's well over 800 Pokémon, and in each new additional mainline game since the last, the quest to complete the full national Pokédex per generation can get very tricky. Of course, from Generation 1 to Generation 2, you could just trade Pokémon over from your first save to the new one, and then you'd really only have to capture 100 new Pokémon instead of all 251. But remember back in Generation 3, they messed it up and you couldn't transfer Pokémon from any of the older games up to the Game Boy Advance ones. Man, they must have realized they messed up, because there, up until now, was a way to bring every single Pokémon you've ever caught from Game Boy Advance up to whatever newest Pokémon entry there was. Most recently with the 3DS, we had Pokémon Bank. This 3D app lets you transfer Pokémon from your Generation 1 and 2 Virtual Console entries, as well as your Generation 5 entries, all up until Pokémon Bank, where from there you can import them to either a Generation 6 or 7 entry. So really, if you wanted, you could catch a Zigzagoon in Pokémon Emerald, transfer him to Pokémon Platinum, up to Pokémon Black 2, transport him to Pokébank, and then spit him out into your Pokémon Ultra Moon, just so you can say you bridged the generational gap. Neat. So, with the upcoming release, you can expect to carry over your collection to your copy of Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield. Right? Well, yes and no. There has been this new app called Pokémon Home, wherein it is going to basically be an app for Switch, iOS, and Android that replaces Pokémon Bank on the 3DS. This new app will serve to store all of your Pokémon from all of your games, and almost all of those Pokémon can be transported into Pokémon Sword and Pokémon Shield. Keyword, almost. In a recent Treehouse Direct, Game Freak's very own Junichi Masuda was quoted via translator saying, "The Pokémon that will appear will be specially selected to fit the stage of adventure. What this means for Pokémon Sword and Shield is that players will be able to transfer their Pokémon from Pokémon Home only if they appear in the Galar region Pokédex." So there you go. The dream of catching them all has officially been crushed by the mad Masuda man himself. But is this really a bad thing? Online speculation helps me determine the most likely reason is so that the developers can better create a balanced combat system between players, something along the lines of giving every participating player a properly even pool to pull from. I guess in that regard, it totally makes sense. Alongside all the new Pokémon being introduced, this will help Game Freak control the meta, as they can go on to allow additional Pokémon to be brought in over time as free DLC. Now let me stop my entire train of thought to really hit that one point home. F-R-E-E. Free DLC. I will actually riot if it's paid. So really, they can just keep letting more and more Pokemon be carried over so that it keeps people playing their game maybe a little longer than they would have if you could just have every single Pokemon all at once right out of the box. So, are Pokemon Sword and Shield doomed? Hell no, these games look amazing! Like, comment, subscribe, and hug your mama. Bye-bye!